Hi folks, Frank Halverson here for this week's KVGC Les Schwab Tire Pigskin Preview. When we come back, I'll recap last Friday's games and preview this week's matchups, so stay tuned.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks!
Thanks for not just selling me tires.
Thanks for running out to my car to greet me.
Like, running.
Thanks for checking my brakes for free!
For fixing my flat
For free.
And being just hassle-free.
For talking to me like an intelligent human being.
You don't see that too often.
Thanks for hustling to get me out of there.
Without making me feel hustled.
So thanks.
Thanks. Thanks for doing the right thing by not just selling me tires.
Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Well, last week was not a good one for the old pigskin prognosticator, going 1-2 on my picks, dropping my season record to 28-9. Still way above the Mendoza line. Argonaut traveled to Somerville, where the Mustangs pulled off a 7-0 double overtime win. Somerville had a chance to score early, moving the ball down to the 2, but they would fumble and Argonaut recovered. Argonaut would then go on a clock-eating drive where the Mustangs would produce 8 first downs in a row, but the drive stalled. The short field goal attempt was no good, and the score remained at zeros. Somerville would then mount a drive of their own, and with time running out in the half, on 3rd and 6, attempt a short field goal of their own. The snap was offline, and at the half, the scoreboard still read zeros. Well, neither team was able to move the ball in the third. Argonaut would have a chance to take the lead with 3 minutes left in the game, but once again miss a 20-yard field goal. Then it was Somerville's turn. With 3 seconds left, their field goal attempt was blocked, and we were going to overtime. Neither team was able to score in the first overtime, but in the second, Davis would throw a touchdown pass, and Argonaut led 7-0. Now it was Somerville's turn. They would drive to the 9-yard line and fumble into the end zone. The Mustangs recovered and win the game 7-0. In our other game, Sonora would demolish Bret Harte 69-0. Not much to say about this one, as Sonora led 48-0 at the half. Sonora's record stands at 31-0 since joining the Mother Lode League. And in our game of the week, Calaveras traveled to Amador, where we watched 2 really good defenses go head-to-head. After a 3-and-out for the Buffs to start the game, Calaveras would go on a clock-eating 61-yard drive, finished off by a 4-yard touchdown by Hopper, and with 5:01 left in the first quarter, take a 7-0 lead. And that's how the first quarter ended. Amador, early in the second, only their second offensive possession, go on a 66-yard drive that stalled on the 6. Wiley would kick a 23-yard field goal, and Amador trailed 7-3. Well, after forcing a Calaveras punt, Amador would go on an 87-yard drive, helped out by a beautiful Drake to Gedney pass. And with 34 seconds left in the half, Villarreal would get in from the 1, and Amador would take a 10-7 lead into the half. On their first possession of the second half, with less than a minute gone, Moore would bust through the line for a 59-yard touchdown, and Calaveras was back on top, 14-10. Both defenses continued to trade blows, limiting both teams' offensive chances. And with 1:40 left in the game, Calaveras would get on the board one more time on a 26-yard field goal. Final, Calaveras 17, Amador 10. The Calaveras win sets up the big showdown of the week, Calaveras at Sonora. My pick, Calaveras hands Sonora their first Mother Lode League loss. Amador travels to Somerville. Will Amador have a letdown after the disappointing loss to Calaveras? My pick, Amador gets back to their winning ways. And in our game of the week, Bret Harte travels to Dan Barnett Field to take on the Mustangs. My pick, Argonaut gets their second league win. Well, that'll do it for this week's KVGC Les Schwab Tire Pigskin Preview. Friday night, the KVGC crew will be at Dan Barnett Field, where the Argonaut Mustangs host the Bret Harte Bullfrogs. That's where we'll be, and I hope you're there with us. This is Frank Halverson for KVGC, and we'll see you Friday night.
Football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
Well, good evening, everybody. Live from Dan Barnett Field, here, home of the Argonaut Mustangs. We are here, KVGC Game of the Week, MLL Week 2, where the Argonaut Mustangs host the Bret Harte Bullfrogs. We'll be back with the Camps Propane pregame show in just a moment. Stay tuned.
A longtime supporter of youth activities in Amador County, the folks at Camps Propane hope you enjoy tonight's high school football action on Hometown Radio. Visit Camp's showroom on Highway 88 in Pioneer. Ask about the Easy Saver program and senior discounts available. And you'll never run out of gas again with Camp's Smart System Tank Monitoring program. They also carry a complete line of RV supplies, gas refrigerators, and barbecues. For more information, visit Camps Propane in Pioneer or their website at campspropane.com.
All right, and we are back here at Dan Barnett Field, where we are moments away from kickoff here. We got about 10 minutes left here. You're listening to the Camps Propane pregame show. Jake Geedy, Frank Halverson, JD Geedy. Guys, what's going on tonight?
Not much, Jake. Nice night out here, huh, Frank? Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful fall evening, nice weather, and you know, hey, let's call it like it is. We've got two teams that are probably the bottom of the Mother Lode League, but we could find ourselves in a really good football game tonight. You know, both of these teams come in at 2-5. Bret Harte's 0-2 in league. Argonaut is 1-1 after the double overtime 7-0 win against Somerville last week. This could shape up to be a good game. I mean, neither one of these teams are going to the playoffs, but they're playing hard. And I got to say one thing. This Bret Harte team has faced a lot of adversity all year long. They started this year with 16 kids on their roster. They had some issues. They had a coaching change, and they had to go walk through the school and basically say, hey, you want to play football? And anyway, they've got themselves up to the biggest roster that they've had all year. And you think these kids aren't working every day, and they're out there busting their butts and practicing hard and out there competing. And I got to give them a lot of credit for what they're doing, including the coaching staff, in keeping them motivated and come out and play. On the Argonaut side of the football, hey, it is what it is. You know, Argonaut lost a lot of players last year. A lot of their offense, 98% I think of their offensive production was gone. 88% of their defense production. But, you know, they're a young team. They've got some players. They got the two Saunders brothers, number 11 and number 12. One's a senior, one's a sophomore. Michael Hayes, number 87. Corey Eckhart, number 85. Those are the guys you want to look for. They got a young quarterback in Davis. He's a sophomore. And we're looking to do some good things tonight for Argonaut and just get some positive momentum.
When people ask me, what do you think of Argonaut's team? What do they have? And I honestly say, Frank, I really can't tell you because I've seen where I've thought, hey, they look weak, and then they've shown up, and I've said, wow, and they really surprised me. Against Houston, that was just a young team. If that team had more experience and maybe had played together a little bit longer, maybe that game was a good game against a good team. They really didn't get blown out by Sonora. We're in the game for a minute. So there's been some bright spots from this Mustangs team, and I just think as the season continues to go on, if there isn't a bunch of injuries, we'll see an improved team from what we saw at the beginning of the season. I expect the Mustangs to put up a multiple touchdown victory tonight, but you are right, Frank. Like I said, there's been nights where they haven't shown up, and with a team like Bret Harte, you just never know.
Multiple touchdowns.
Multiple touchdown victory for the Mustangs.
Wow.
I'm calling it right now.
Has Argonaut scored multiple touchdowns all year?
I think they got the right situation to do it tonight.
I got to tell you, the one guy I'm really excited about for Bret Harte, Emmanuel Nava, number 11. I was watching him warm up, and it seems like every time I do a pigskin preview, there isn't a whole lot to talk about Bret Harte, but I'm always mentioning him because this kid can kick. I watched him warming up, practicing 50-yard field goals. He bounced one off the crossbar, and this kid's got a leg.
Hey, you watch it on Saturdays. You watch big Division I college football teams where guys don't consistently hit from 35 and 40, and this kid's out here putting it at almost 50. Really is impressive if you think about it.
Yes, I was watching him out there, and I'm kind of excited to watch him going on. Like I said, I've been calling his name a lot every week because, you know, they have made a lot of field goals this year because that's what they do. Not having a lot of firepower on offense. Both these teams struggle scoring points. So, you know, we're going to see which way it bends tonight and who can get it done. I picked Argonaut to win. And I think they will. I think they'll get their second league win tonight. And so, you know, that's the way I see it.
Now, other games around the league really quick, Frank. Some other good matchups tonight?
Well, obviously, the Sonora-Calaveras game is for the league championship.
What do you think? I heard your pigskin preview.
Well, Amador is a big Sonora fan tonight, I can tell you that.
Yes, they are. First time in a while.
But I think they're going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
I think that Calaveras defense, I've seen Sonora play. They're a little bit offensively challenged. I don't think they're the team that they've been in the past.
I agree.
Even though they're playing at Sonora, I think Sonora came into this week 31-0 since they entered the Motherlode League. I'm going to tell you right now, after tonight, they're going to be 31-1.
Hey, I'd love to see it.
And then after next week against Amador, they're going to be 31-2.
I would love to see it. John Preto is sitting at home, you know, a little conflicted on that one probably. Go Wildcats, baby. But I'll tell you what, the Mustang team that we saw against Sonora, Mustangs, you talked about what they've lost. I wasn't overly impressed with Sonora, but I was really impressed with the backs. They would look like they're very difficult to take down. I was bummed out. I didn't get to see the Amador Calaveras. What's the tackling like? Will Calaveras not have an issue with those backs?
I'm going to tell you what, that Amador Calaveras game was one heck of a high school football game.
It really was.
Yeah.
It really was.
There were two good defenses out there trading blows. And you know, I one thing I could say about that game, and I'm sure the Amador coaches aren't listening because they got a game to play tonight. The one frustrating thing about that I think they should walk away from that series is they've got this fantastic defense. Mm-hmm. And they play defense to win. They play offense not to lose.
Oh, no.
And they need to have more confidence in their offense and open up that offense and hey, they've scored a lot of points. Sure they are. Everybody talked about all the point differential all year, but they're against less inferior opponents. When you're playing a good team, you cannot be afraid to run your offense. They need to trust their offense better, knowing that they've got a big defense, and if they make a mistake, the defense will pick them up. That's what I think they need to do because I think they're really good football.
I think you're absolutely right, Frank.
Yeah, and I agree because in this situation, you got a good defense behind you, so you go 3 and out, you take some chances, you got a defense, and you got a chance to get it back. You got a poor, struggling defense, you don't want to take those chances. You want to possess the ball a little longer. So I agree. I'd like to see that open up a little bit as well.
All right, guys, so we're going to take another real quick break. You're listening to the Camp's pregame show. show here live at Dan Barnett Field. We're moments away from kickoff. The Mustangs versus the Bullfrogs. Stay tuned.
A longtime supporter of youth activities in Amador County, the folks at Camps Propane hope you enjoy tonight's high school football action on hometown radio. Visit Camp's showroom on Highway 88 in Pioneer. Ask about the Easy Saver program and senior discounts available. And you'll never run out of gas again with Camp's Smart System Tank Monitoring program. They also carry a complete line of RV supplies, gas refrigerators, and barbecues. For more information, visit Camps Propane in Pioneer or their website at campspropane.com. You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
Well, all right, well, we're back here at Dan Barnett Field where captains are in midfield. We're 3 minutes away from kickoff here on this Mother Little Gig action, guys.
I've got one, of course, Sanders right there, Jeshua Sanders, also out there, number 13, Joe Woodruff, number 87, I believe that is
Michael Hayes, Max
Hayes.
Backtodd, number 53.
Perfect. I got 21 on the other team, Frank, 75.
Number 13 for Argonaut, Joe Woodruff.
And we got
you didn't know if you called him.
Tyler Cabral for for Bret Harte. Also Kenny Salvi. Looks like, Jake, what do we got those other two numbers over there to the right?
Now we've got to move around a little bit before we can actually see.
74.
We're seeing the toss out there right now.
Possibly Kodiak Stevens out there as well.
All right, getting ready for the coin flip here. The other game tonight, Amador travels to Somerville. I expect Amador to put a beat down on Somerville. I think they're going to play a little bit with a red butt, and I think they're going to put it on Somerville tonight.
Well, hey, Frank, I had to have a Calaveras Lumber Ace hardware scoring update. So what we got going on, these are final scores for the JV. So looks like Sonora JV topped Calaveras 28-6, and then Somerville JV topped Amador 33-14.
And, of course, that has nothing to do with what's going to happen in the varsity games tonight.
Well, in this game here, it looks like Bret Harte won the toss, and they are going to receive. So Argonaut's going to be kicking off and putting their defense on the field first. We're getting ready to get this one started. Hey, have we had our Magic 8-ball?
So the Magic 8-ball picked the Mustangs tonight, and he sent me the other picks, but we'll get them after
the Magic
break.
8-ball picked exactly the same as I did, and I told Jim I think it's reading my algorithm.
No.
Tell the 8-ball not to push. You got to roll the dice, 8-ball. Come on.
All right.
Isn't that right, Jim?
All right. Well, hey, we're about
Well,
to.
the 8-ball had to get polished up a little bit, The 8-ball picks. The 8-ball picks Argonaut, Amador, and kind of conflicted on the Calaveras-Sonora game, but I think he's going to go with Sonora at home against Calaveras.
Oh, I thought the 8-ball picked Calaveras.
Oh, there we go. All right, well, hey, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the Camps Propane pregame show as the national anthem goes. We are seconds away from kickoff here at Dan Barnett Field. We'll be back in just a moment.
A longtime supporter of youth activities in Amador County, the folks at Camps Propane hope you enjoy tonight's high school football action on hometown radio. Visit Camp's showroom on Highway 88 in Pioneer. Ask about the Easy Saver program and senior discounts available. And you'll never run out of gas again with Camp's Smart System Tank Monitoring program. They also carry a complete line of RV supplies, gas refrigerators, and barbecues. For more information, visit Camps Propane in Pioneer or their website at campspropane.com. Did you know that every new vehicle at Thompson's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is priced below the manufacturer's suggested retail price? It's true. That's one way their 10-point value guarantee gives you peace of mind and added value. That's Thompson's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram at 126 Forney Road in Placerville. Visit them on the web at placervillejeep.com or call 888-874-5976. You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
All right, and the national anthem has just finished. Actually, a great rendition, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, you're the one that would know, Jake. I'll tell you that. But
one thing I do like about what you did with that, and it was not overly embellished. It was exactly how it's written.
I like the way she came out of the high note, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Nice little transition there at the end.
You guys are killing me.
Hey, I'm turning my chair around on the voice for her right there. Woo! Can I be Blake, y'all?
Oh,
hey,
man.
Frank, real quick before we go any
What
further.
is this, American Idol?
Hey. No, hey, after last season and the kid that won, I'm boycotting American Idol.
There we go.
Hey, we got to give a huge shout-out, though, before we go any further tonight. One of my best friends, friend of the community, great dude, Cam Merzlak up in the booth here with us of RTV and, of course, Merzlak Signs. Support the businesses that support our community, and a big, huge shout-out to Cam. Makes Jake's life a lot easier, folks. You hear Jake pop on the mic every now and then. He's doing a lot here. He's running the board. He's running our mics. He's doing everything, and this really frees him up. And Cam does an amazing job. So.
Well, I heard Cam say last week, hey, I love shooting video. I love working the camera. So we got him back tonight. All right, here we go. Andre King, I believe, is going to get ready to kick off for the Mustangs tonight. Number 80 back deep for Bret Harte is two numbers that I can't see because they won't turn this direction. But that's okay. We'll get them to you in just a minute. Here we go. We're getting ready to kick this one off. Both 2 and 5 teams coming in tonight. King kicks it off a low liner. Oh, a line drive dropped right about the 12-yard line. Picked up across the 20 to the 25 to the 30. Tackled right there. That's where Bret Harte will start.
And that's Tyler Cabrel, number 21 on the return.
So Bret Harte will start at their Argonaut 30-yard line, or their own 30-yard line, excuse me, 1st and 10. Get this underway. The Argonaut JV team won their game tonight 20-6. All right, so here we go. Number 8, the quarterback, Kenneth Scott for Bret Harte. He's going to pitch back at a little option pass, and he's hit right away for a loss of a couple yards on the play. First man there for the Mustangs was number 44. That's Jason Beluga?
That's one name that I've fought with all year.
Belagub? I don't know. Anyway, Jason B. Anyway, nice job right there.
Beluga.
Loss of 2 on the play back to the 28-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 12 for Bret Harte.
And to Jason's grandparents and parents or anyone listening tonight that's not here, we're very sorry about butchering that name, but we have no clue.
Kevin Scott, the quarterback, is a sophomore for Bret Harte. This is a very, very young Bret Harte team. Split backs in the backfield. Scott under center. He's going to keep it, trying to get around. He got hit right away by number 53. That was Max Todd, and then taken down.
Looks like they're running everything here, Frank, off this kind of read option look, and the Mustangs are not fooled. They're seeing the fakes or the handoff there, and they're in the backfield before he can even get it out.
Yeah, it's just like they want to run that option. Number 87 there, Michael Hayes cleaned it up after the original hit. So it'll be 3rd down and 13, a loss of 1 on that play. So Bret Harte starts this one off going backwards. 2 plays run, 3 yards lost. So 3rd down and long. Split backs again. Scott's going to sprint to his left. He's looking. He wants to throw. Now he's in trouble, and he's sacked. Dropped back to the 22-yard line. Another loss on the play. So 3 and out for Bret Harte, and they're going to be punting it away. Elmore there on the sack.
Mustangs doing a nice job, disciplined on defense. King really nice over there on the edge, shedding his block and staying at the right depth there to keep the pass from getting off.
So Nava is into punt for Bret Harte. Number 12, Joshua Saunders back deep for the Mustangs. Nava gets the kickoff. It's a low line drive. Saunders lets it bounce and lets it roll down to about the 33-yard line. That's where Argonaut will have it 1st and 10. So Bret Harte goes 3 and out on their first possession. Argonaut comes in and they'll take over at the 33-yard line. And, you know, I have no idea. We've seen this with Argonaut teams. I think they coach them to not come up and take that ball. It was a low-line drive. The kicking team wasn't anywhere around. Come up and get that ball, even if you get it on the bounce. Don't let that roll. You lose 10, 12 yards.
Especially with Sanders' ability.
Don't understand how to do that. Anyway, Ricky Davis under center for the Mustang. Double wing formation. They're going to pitch it to Saunders coming off the left side. Gets up to about the 39-yard line. That was Josiah Sanders, number 11.
Just blew open the offensive line there. Mustangs definitely winning that battle, but nice play by the linebackers there at the second level for Bret Harte.
Nice gain on the play, about 5 yards in the play. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Mustangs. Looks like they've got Michael Hayes in there at fullback.
Yeah, is it Hernandez, 33? Looks like he's out again.
This time they're going to give it to Saunders going around the right side. Joshua gets a 1st down and some more. He gets across the 50 to the 40. That's where he's brought down. Nice run by Saunders and a 1st down for the Mustangs all the way up to the 40-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Nice gain on the play.
See here on the replay, Sanders around the edge and some missed tackles, but he's pretty elusive runner, and he runs to the right spot, follows his blocking well. It looks like he's always in a position to succeed.
Pretty nice kick out block by number 80, Andre King on that also. So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs from the 40. Straight ahead handoff this time to Hayes. He falls forward to about the 36-yard line. Gain of about 4 on the
Jake,
play.
give us a replay on this. Watch the offensive line, folks that are watching this on TV. Offensive line versus defensive line. Mustangs versus Bret Harte. Right here, Argonaut, and just blowing their men back. 77 completely pushed out of the way. This is going to be a long night for Bret Harte if the Mustangs dominate the line of scrimmage like that.
Well, the way they pulled that out, I think it was number 50, was it Todden that came around that did a nice job in the kick out. Saunders gets it. He breaks outside to the right, across the 20, gets still on his feet across the 10-yard line, finally brought down.
Joshua Sanders, the ball carrier.
Joshua Sanders, big part of this drive, all the way down to the 5-yard line, and Argonaut's going to have it 1st and goal.
Look at that, Frank. Through the line, through the second level, not even touched. Not even touched once. Makes a nice move there towards the end as well.
Broke a tackle right there as he cut inside, trying to get knocked out of bounds. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 5 for the Mustangs. Joshua Sanders again gets it. He's going to be stopped a little bit short of the goal. Oh, no, they called it a touchdown. He got in. 5-yard touchdown run by Joshua Sanders, and man, he had a whole bunch of yards on that drive. So a 5-yard touchdown by number 12, Joshua Sanders. And just like that, the Mustangs lead 6-0, awaiting the extra point.
Hey, shout out to Colton Clark. Haven't called that name a lot. We don't get a chance to see the offensive line, but with our replay in here, it's really easy. I really like the filming now. It makes it a lot easier for us to pick up these names and give the offensive line some credit. And Clark came through there with a nice pull.
Kicks up, and it is good. And just like that, 7:15 left here in the first quarter. The Mustangs lead 7-0. We'll be right back with more first quarter action right after this.
Glass Doctor's new showroom and design center is open. See and feel heavy glass shower enclosures, quality vinyl, luxury wood windows and doors. Whether it's new construction or remodels, foggy and broken glass, homes and commercial buildings, we do it all and are happy to consult with you for your project. We still install quality auto glass and calibrate your windshields for safety. So stop by today at Highway 49 just before Jackson Gate Road and O'Reilly Auto Parts, or go to glassdoctor.com for a free estimate.
You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
All right, we're back here at Dan Barnett Field. 7 minutes, 15 seconds. Scoreboard shows Mustang 7, Bret Harte 0, guys.
Well, the Mustangs made that look pretty easy. They went on that 67-yard drive. Little pooch kick, which I hate.
Oh!
Bounced off of Bret Harte, picked up by Argonaut. Argonaut's going to have the ball.
Frank, this Bret Harte team, they're cursed. I mean, come on. They can't buy a break here.
It was just a little pooch kick, and it bounced off the shin of the Bret Harte player. Argonaut recovered, and they've got it at the 39-yard line.
And that wasn't execution on the Mustangs. That was just a mistake by Bret Harte, as you guys saw that ball.
Well, I just don't care for the play. And that's all I'm going to say about that. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Saunders again on the toss, this time number 11, Josiah Saunders, gets across the 35-yard line to the 34.
You know, Frank, I can't understand the thinking. It almost feels like a pity player. So I don't know on that kickoff what the Mustangs were trying to accomplish, but hey, it worked out really well, and they're sitting pretty right here at the 34-yard line, looking to get in that end zone again.
All right, gain of, we'll maybe give them 5. It looks closer to 4 to me, but 2nd down on a long 5, let's call it that. Ball sits at the 34-yard line. Argonaut in great field position on their 2nd possession of the game after the fumbled kickoff. Davis under center. A little different formation there.
Yeah, it did
King
look
into
different.
motion, pitches it back deep to Hayes. Hayes gets hit, breaks the tackle, still on his feet, gets across the 25-yard line before he's brought down at about the 24. 1st down for the Mustangs. Hayes running hard there.
Here he comes around the corner, and 21 just can't bring him down. Gets his jersey, but he sheds that one off. And,
that was Elmore. That was
like
not Hayes.
Takes
that was
another
Elmore.
couple with him, Frank.
Elmore's a big boy. Elmore's 6'3", 230.
Trying to George Kittle him a little bit there, huh?
24-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Looks like they're moving Hayes and Elmore back and forth in that fullback position.
And look at this, Frank. They're in twins to the right. Mustangs experimenting a little bit here.
Sanders goes into motion. Inside handoff to number 12. That's Joshua Saunders. Gets up to about the 21-yard line, gain of about 3.
You know, Jake, did you catch that formation? Was that the wing back just spread out into a slot, or was that the tight end split out there?
Yeah, that was that's what you would call an opposite fly motion counter right there. So,
okay.
So similar like how you had a fly sweep, except you fake the motion. So most teams key on motion when they when they try to defend against the double wing.
Inside handoff that time. Gets across the 20-yard line.
Tell it's King by the cleats.
That was to number 80. That was King. To the 19-yard line. That'll set up a 3rd down.
For some
now
reason,
there's a whistle on the field. Timeout, Bret Harte. Bret Harte's going to take a timeout. With that, we're going to send it back to the studios. Quick word from our sponsor. We'll be back after this.
The family of Armstrong & Son Construction and Armstrong Self-Storage are proud to sponsor Motherlode League football. Remember, when you need excavating, grading, septic system repairs, and other site work, call Armstrong & Son Construction. Or if you need a storage unit, stop by Armstrong Self-Storage for safe and secure storage. Conveniently located near the intersection of Highway 49 and Ridge Road. Armstrong & Son Construction, state license number 828209. You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
All right, hey, we're back here. Dan Barnett Field scoreboard shows 7-0 in favor of the Mustangs. 4:51 left. Mustangs in possession.
3rd down and 5 for the Mustangs. Now the ball sits at the 19-yard line, 7-0 with 4:51 left to go in the first quarter. Davis wants to throw, and he's got a receiver wide open. Ooh. Nice defensive play, just tipped at the last minute.
Sorry.
By number, looks like maybe number 13.
So here we see on the replay, Frank.
Boy, he had a receiver open there, and it was just tipped at the last minute. Just didn't get it up high. And number 3, that was Vidalis. They're going to try a 38-yard field goal, and it was blocked. Bret Harte picks it up. He races across the 45-yard line and brought down at the 48. They attempted a long field goal, and it was blocked.
Nice job.
As number 2, Pullen, came racing through the line, blocked it, picked it up, ran it back to about the 47-yard line. So the field goal's blocked, and Bret Harte takes over 1st and 10 from the 47.
Nice special teams play right there.
Argonaut had a field goal blocked last week in that Somerville game. Nothing going on there, tackled immediately by number 85, Garrett Elmore. So they need Argonaut needs to shore something up on that interior line. As like I said, they had a field goal block last week as they could have won the game in regulation, I believe, or maybe it was in the first overtime. But boy, they came through untouched that way. That was an easy block.
Yeah, it didn't look, Frank, like it was a low kick or anything. Yeah, they just got through.
All right, 2nd down and 10, no gain on the play. Scott under center. Scott wants to throw. No, he pitches it back this side. Across the 45 to the 50, brought down by number 85, Garrett Elmore. That was an interesting little play. It looked like they had Argonaut fooled for a minute. But nice recovery by Elmore. Gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
I like the play. I like how he opens up to his left, fakes it, and then turns back around facing the line. You don't see that a lot, but threw the Mustang defense off. But that closing speed right there, Elmore got to him, no problem. And that's got to be discouraging for Bret Harte, Frank. You see all that open space like that, and you think, hey, we're getting something on these guys. And then they close in like that.
Elmore did a really nice job laterally moving down the line and making a nice tackle there. 3rd down and 7 for Bret Harte. They're going to give it to across the right side, gets across the 45-yard line. That's going to be close to a 1st down. Let's see where they mark it. The officials are not signaling yet. Yes, they are giving them the 1st down. So they're going to give them the 1st down at about the 43-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Bret Harte.
2 minutes, 56 seconds left to go here in the quarter.
Nice little push right there by the offensive line on that right side for Bret Harte. Split backfield again, looking to run that option. Fakes the handoff. Oh, Scott keeps it himself. He probably would have been better off with the pitch there, but he was swarmed that time by the Argonaut defense, number 98, Gage Roddy Chiero.
And that has got to be the most fun play for a quarterback to run, is an option right there. And I thought he was going to try to get the defensive end to close in on him.
Well, it looked like he had the pitch open because everybody claps, but maybe he just couldn't get it out.
Well, what King did a good job of splitting the difference there and making him have to come up. He made him force that decision.
2nd down and 9 for Bret Harte. Now they're moving the receiver pulling over to the left-hand side. So he goes across the other side. Scott wants to throw. He's rolling to his left. He's under pressure, and he just gets hammered by number 85, Garrett Elmore. Dropped all the way back. They're going to give him where he was first hit to about the 48-yard line.
And Frank, he had no time. He had nothing he could have done here. Smart to take the sack, not to try to force anything.
It's interesting the way this has started. They're rolling him to the left, and normally that's not the way you want to go for a right-handed thrower, but they've done that every time they've rolled him on a pass play, and has not found any success so far tonight because of the pass rush.
I wonder if they're assuming, or if it's something they saw in video, they want to take it to that side of the Mustang defense, but not working out.
So 3rd down and 16 for Bret Harte here. The ball sits just about at the 50-yard line. Up, and the wide receiver got a big early start on the left-hand side.
Almost looked like Canadian football, like he was running from the backfield all by himself.
Yeah, the play must have been called. His number must have been called there because Rimple, he was ready to go. They're going to back that up 5 yards back to the 45-yard line, so that'll set up a 3rd down and 21 now.
Shouldn't that stop the clock?
For Bret Harte. It should have.
Clock's running. Should be at 51 seconds, but it's counting down to about 35 now.
Maybe there's some sort of agreement down there we don't know about.
Yeah, we don't know.
Anyway, the clock continues to run. The penalty should have stopped the clock, but it did not. And the ball sits at the 45-yard line. So 3rd and 21 for the Bullfrogs. Split backs in the backfield. Scott this time is going to roll to his right, and he's in trouble again. He's going to tuck it in. He's dragged down after he gets across the 45-yard line. That's by number 98. That's Gage Roddy Chiero.
You got to feel for Scott a little bit going out there. just almost hung out to dry when he drops back or rolls out. But he did a nice job of getting close back to the line of scrimmage on that play.
This is a kid that came up. He's a sophomore, 5'9", 157 pounds, and he's just in there playing as best he can. So I give him a lot of credit for that. It's going to be a 4th down and long, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. Look at the scoreboard. Argonaut Mustangs 7, Bret Harte Bullfrogs nothing. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this.
Jackson Tire, located on Highway 49 in Jackson and Highway 88 in Pine Grove, is the place to go for your vehicle. Whether you need new tires or any auto service, Jackson Tire is a dealer you need to know. Visit them at jacksontire.net. That's Jackson Tire. You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
All right, hey, we're back here at Dan Barnett Field. 12 minutes. The second quarter just about to kick off. Scoreboard shows 7-0. And hey, the Calaveras Sonora game has just kicked off, and you can go see that on KVGC Sports. Frank?
All right, here we go. 4th down for Bret Harte. They're going to punt back deep for the Mustangs is Joshua Saunders, number 12. So Nava into punt for Bret Harte. Good high driving spiral. Drive Saunders back. And there again, come up and catch the ball, son. He lets it go into the end zone. And that'll be a touchback. But I come up and catch the football.
Catch that ball. And you're absolutely right, Frank, on that one. He had plenty of space. There was nobody within 10 yards of him. And he got lucky right there. He got lucky that it was able to roll into the end zone.
Lucky it didn't get down on the 1 yard line.
Exactly.
There's no reason for him to not come up and catch that football. Son, you need to come up and catch the football. Anyway, that's touchback. They're going to have it 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Frank, especially nowadays, they're teaching kids to make plays. The old way, let it go, don't make a mistake. No, make a play.
Argonaut has coached this for years. They don't like catching punts. This time, number 11 goes to Josiah Saunders. He gets across the 25-yard line to about the 26. Gain of about 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
So, Frank, I went over and I talked to the guys running the clock here, and I asked, is there some kind of running clock? Is there something going on that we don't know about? And they said, no, that should have stopped longer, but White Hat signaled to start the clock. So he's just moving things along, and that's kind of his own deal there.
Well, I don't care who the White Hat is. You can't circumvent the rules.
Exactly.
That's not a referee's job. The rules are the rules. And on a penalty, the clock is supposed to be stopped. And I don't know why these guys think they have the authority to change the rules of football. Anyway, 2nd down and 4. I'm going to get off my horse. Nice run by Saunders. He gets a 1st down, breaking tackles, gets across the 30 to about the 32. That'll be a 1st down for the Mustangs. Gain of about 7 on the play. So 1st and 10 for Argonaut. That was Joshua Saunders.
Hey, speaking of horses, the Mustang on the mountain here.
Yeah, going to be
really well.
Opened up. I'm really looking forward to that. The Amateur Argonaut game. Not only the Hall of Fame that night, but Mustang on the Mountain introduction. I would encourage all of you to come out and be part of that great celebration there for the Mustangs. Pitch this time to Joshua Saunders. Gets across the left side. He's still on his feet. Gets across the 35-yard line up to the 37. So a gain of, now they're going to mark it at the 36. So a gain of 4 on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 6.
Looks like the tackle there, Thomas Grant, number 71. Hey, Dan Barnett, we've talked a lot about him. We talked here with Kevin a few weeks ago. Well-deserved. One day there's going to be a statue of Frank Halverson with a mic. See how many years you've been doing high school football?
Oh, gosh.
30?
30 plus. Anyway, Saunders coming around the right side, gets across the 35 to the 40. To the 45, he's still on his feet across the 50. Finally gets brought down about the 42-yard line. And I got to tell you, Joshua Saunders, he's getting close to about 80 yards already in this first quarter.
Look at the
or
block
the first half,
Look at the block out here on the replay here.
Oh, we can't quite see it. He's out of the picture.
Right here, these two guys missed the numbers there. I think King was one of them, but sticking with their blocks all the way until the guy's out of bounds.
Joshua Saunders,
right
I think he's got to be close to about 80 yards here in the first half.
I don't disagree with that at all, Frank.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs. They're going to pitch to big number 80 this time. going across the left side. He was in the wing. That's Andre King.
Taken down by number 11.
Hey, this offensive line of the Mustangs having a great night so far.
Hey, if we're submitting names, Coach back in the studio says they should name it Mustang Charlie, Frank.
Mustang Charlie, okay.
What, for our statue of Frank?
No.
What Mustang Charlie?
Oh, that goes. I'll tell the story a little bit later.
Was that the name of your horse?
Yes, it was. First and 10, right after 9/11.
I was at that game.
Oh, jeez.
First and 10, inside handoff this time. No, he's going to keep it going around the left side. He breaks the tackle. He cuts inside, gets knocked out of bounds. That's a first down for the Mustangs. That was Bo Davis on a keeper.
Bo Davis must be, I assume he's a strong kid coming from his family, but watch as he's going out of bounds. He absorbs that hit nice for his size.
Well, you know, I guarantee he's been in the weight room lifting weights for a long time. That's what his dad does.
Yep.
And the Mustangs are always known for their strength and their stamina because of the weight program that Ricky Davis instituted a long time ago when he first came here. First and 10 for the Mustangs. Pitch this side to Saunders again. Coming to the right side. Oh, he almost broke that tackle, but drugged down to the 15-yard line by number 22. That's Drew O'Flynn.
I thought he made
for
it
Bret Harte.
A face mask, but
let's see.
No, I think he got him from the back.
Did he, Frank? Yeah, it was a shoulder, totally.
Yeah.
No, actually dragged him down from the shirt. That's why you need to tuck your shirts in, kids.
Yes.
Drives me crazy watching the NFL now. I said, what happened to the Jerry Rice? Everything had to be pristine.
Herschel
tucked
Walker
in,
and those guys.
You know, everything right?
Even where they showed half their bellies.
Second down for the Mustangs. Give to number 11, Saunders. He makes a cut inside. He goes to the end zone for a touchdown. What a beautiful little run. 14 yards. Touchdown by Josiah Saunders as he caps off an 80-yard drive for the Mustangs.
He probably could have cut that outside, but did a nice job of finding that hole and staying behind his blockers.
The sophomore gets in the end zone and puts the Mustangs up 13-0, awaiting the extra point with 8:10 left to go here in the half.
How would you like to be their parents? Most of the action goes through. They get to see a lot of football here when they come.
Well,
out.
they're having a lot of fun right now. I can tell you that. The kick is up. King's kick is up and is good. 14-0 is what the scoreboard reads. 8:10 left in the second quarter. We'll be back with more second quarter action after this.
For 35 years, patients of all ages have trusted Jackson Creek Dental with their smiles. Whether you need general care, orthodontics, periodontal care, oral sedation for complete relaxation, cosmetic dentistry, or full mouth reconstruction, Jackson Creek Dental can take care of your smile. Voted best dental office in Amador County by readers of the Ledger-Dispatch and Sierra Lodestar. New patients welcome. On the web, jacksoncreekdental.com, or call 223-2712 today. You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
All right, and we're back here at Dan Barnett Field. 8 minutes, 10 seconds left here in the first half. Mustangs set to kick 14-0 in favor of the Mustangs. Guys?
King getting ready to kick off for the Mustangs. Back deep, number 21, Tyler Cabral for Bret. Another little pooch kick. Dropped again by Bret Harte and recovered by Argonaut. Unbelievable.
You know what? It's like I said, maybe they just want to give field position. They know it. I don't know. But this is a bad look at this point. I mean, if we're trying to get the ball back on these kicks the way that the Mustangs are dominating all phases of this game, I don't understand that if that's the intention here.
Hey, we got a Calaveras Lumber Ace Hardware scoring update. 6 minutes to go in the first. Gunnar Drake and a keeper for touchdown. Amador 7, Somerville 0.
Was that a quarterback sneak? Because he's not much of a runner, really. I mean, Drake.
Drake keeper, that's all it said.
Okay.
So.
Good little
Davis
quarterback, though.
pitches to Saunders going around the left side, gets across the 40-yard line to, well, we'll call it the 39. Maybe gain a 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6.
How demoralizing for Bret Harte. We're really going to see what the makeup of these young men are right now because both kickoffs bounce off their players. Not many sustained drives here.
No.
Second fumble
Quite
kick.
the uphill battle.
And according to Tony, Calaveras moving the ball well against Sonora.
That doesn't surprise me. Sonora, Calaveras going to win that game, trust me. Inside handoff to Saunders again. Nice run. He's off to the races. He's going to take it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Argonaut. 39 yards, Josiah Saunders. We're going to make that our Melon Phase BG Lounge call of the game. 39 yards, Josiah Saunders for the touchdown.
And it's usually his brother, number 12, that has the big nights. And Jeshua's put some yardage down tonight, I'll tell you that. But 2 times into the end zone, he may be going for an Al Bundy tonight.
All right, just like that, Argonaut 20-0. The extra point is up, and it's good. 21-0. 7:21 left to go in the half. That's where we stand. Mustangs on top. We'll be back with more second quarter action.
Central State Credit Union is a great place to begin your search for a new vehicle, and you can share the benefits of your membership by referring family and friends. Just like you, they can save a lot of money with a great rate and a lot of time at the dealership by going in with a pre-approval. Invite your family and friends to experience the difference today. Applying for an auto loan is easy with options including in-branch or online application and pre-approval. Visit them online at centralstatecu.org or call them at 444-5300. Subject to credit approval, federally insured by NCUA. You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
All right.
Well, Argonaut finally decided to kick. They've maybe decided that the little pooch recovery thing wasn't a good idea. Up 21-0 now. Bret Harte picked up the kick, brought it back to, it looks like about the 32-yard line. So Bret Harte's actually going to get an offensive possession here. Let's mark it at the 33.
Did you see when he tried to field it, it bounced off the receiving player? The first kick of the game, couldn't catch it, bounced off him, had to pick it up. Then they had the 2 bouncing off. Not the best at fielding these kicks.
These are just a bunch of young kids trying to play football, and I give them a lot of credit for getting out there and getting it done. Straight ahead handoff, a gain of a couple on the play.
And you know what?
It'll be up to the 35-yard line. It'll be second down.
Guys, what Frank's saying, too, I played on a similar team. We didn't have a lot of numbers, didn't win a lot of games. And when there's not a lot of players out here, you're playing offense, you're playing defense, you're playing special teams, and these kids got to be tired. Like Frank said, big ups, a lot of credit to them.
All right, here we go, second down, and we'll call it 7. Scott pitches off to this left side. Nice break. Saunders came up there, and he gave him a little juke, and he got across the 35-yard line, and number 57 came in. That was Colton Clark that came in and finished it up, but a nice little move by the running back against Saunders there.
I actually like this play. I like the way it sets up, but, man, it looks like there's all kinds of space, and then the Mustang secondary gets into the backfield there, and there's nothing going.
Yeah, nice little job cutting inside the Saunders tackle, though, for a gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 5, let's call it, for Bret Harte. 6:02 left to go here in the half. Scott under center. One receiver wide to the right. Scott wants to roll to the right. He's rolling. He's looking. Now he's in trouble. He gets taken down for a loss on the play, sacked at about the 35-yard line, and that seems to be what's happened every time he goes back to pass. King in there on the tackle along with Elmore.
You know what, though, Frank? A lot of young kids would force that, and we've seen Bo Davis even do it. Hone in on one receiver and throw it whether he's covered or not.
Well,
he did a good job of keeping that ball.
Scott had
open.
2 pick sixes last week against Sonora, so he might have learned his lesson that maybe it's better to take that sack than it is. Oh, low snap. Nam does a good job picking it up and getting the kickoff. Hits it about the 40-yard line, bounces down to the 35, and it'll be down there. Argonaut will take over there 1st and 10 with 5:09 to go here in the first half.
A quick shout out to some of our sponsors. We'll say Conifer Communications, Glass Doctor, Thompson's Auto Center. Jake, start naming a few off if you want to.
Jackson Tire, Armstrong & Sons Construction.
Cypress Dental, BG Lounge, Melon Phase.
Cypress Dental, I talked to Rick Fulton, Amador High School graduate here just the other day and was wondering how things were going. You know, Cypress Dental sponsors the high school scoreboard on Saturday, one of the sponsors for football. We appreciate it, Richard. Big shout out to Cypress Dental, group dental provider. Pitch coming across the right side. That's the number 87. That's to Michael Hayes. Gets up to about the 42-yard line, excuse me.
And KVGC may be doing some business with Cypress Dental soon, I was told.
Oh, good. Second down and 4.
I'm going to get a bunch of fake teeth in here, man. So under 5 minutes left. Moving pretty quick here. Second quarter action.
Second down for the Mustangs. Michael Hayes in the backfield. He's going to get it straight ahead handoff. He's got a first down and some more. Gets knocked down as he crossed the 50-yard line up to the 49. Big boy running hard right there, I can tell you.
So basically, folks, Hernandez was the starting fullback to start the season, Zachary Hernandez, and we were really high on him. It looked like a real good runner, good blocker as well. He was injured, and then Pineda was playing fullback the last game we watched, but it looks like they're using Hayes and even Elmore here tonight.
I have not. Pineda's on the sidelines. He's suited up, but I have not seen him. So
he runs well.
First and 10. Pitch this side to Saunders, going across the left side. He gets hit. Gets knocked down at about the 46-yard line. That is Josiah Saunders. So it'll be second down and let's call it 6.
Bret Harte needs to go to some yellow helmets. Look like LSU out there.
3:45 left to go here in the half. Argonaut 21-0. So King on the right wing. Hayes in the backfield. Saunders on the left. Saunders going to get it. Swinging wide across the right side. Nice job there on the play by number 14, Adam Ainge.
Number 71, too, Frank. I believe that's Thomas Grant. Nice job moving laterally down the line. If you can see him here, big boy.
Yeah, Ainge, a nice open field tackle there for Ainge. Loss of 2 on the play. It'll set up a third down and 7 for Argonaut. Ball sits right about the 45-yard line. Saunders in motion straight ahead. Oh, he pitched to Saunders around the left. He has one man to beat. He beats him. He gets outside. He's trying to get around the corner. Finally knocked out of bounds. Plenty of gain there for a first down all the way up to the 27-yard line.
Look at that, Frank. They did that fake fullback counter they like to run and just kind of did like a little pitch out there. Kind of an option play, I guess you could say. But,
well, he was wide open going around the left side. He just had one man to beat.
Great
he got
timing.
around number 7.
Great timing.
And so they're going to put it at the 27-yard line. First and 10 for the Mustangs. 2:45 left to go here in the half.
So the ball was kicked off to Bret Harte, correct?
Correct.
So Mustangs will get this ball again to start the half.
All right, Davis under center. Straight ahead handoff this time to number 87. Michael Hayes drugged down by the ankle, but a pretty good gain on the play. Gain about 3. It'll be second down and 7.
I heard that Antonio Brown's been sending text messages offering his services to Bret Harte. Says, anything I can do to get on the field, somebody will take me, won't they? Bret Harte said, nah, it's not worth the headache.
All right, second down and 7 for the Mustangs. 2:13 left to go in the half. Davis gives it to Saunders going over the right side. Nice job by number 21, Tyler Cabral, bringing him down just short of the 20-yard line. It'll be third down and about 4.
And we've been talking a lot about Bret Harte, lost players to injuries and other reasons. We're really down, and they don't have a lot of depth out here, but they're down 21-0. Every break has gone against them, and they're still fighting. There's no quit, and that has a lot to do with the coaching staff, I assume, as well. So big shout-out to Bret Harte, playing hard here
King
tonight.
goes into motion, straight ahead handoff to Hayes. I think he's going to be short of the first down.
Hey, we
oh, no, there was a timeout before the play. Mustangs called a timeout.
All right, hey, so before we go to break.
Or maybe it was after the play.
Let's see. Well, hey, before we go to break there, I want to tell everybody about a Calaveras Lumber Ace Hardware scoring update. Right now, it is Amador on top of Somerville 14-0. Guys?
The way I saw this game going, Amador's going to win that game big.
Yeah.
Have either of you seen, because I haven't been able to do all the games, other job requirements. I have not seen Somerville. Have either of you
I
seen
have seen Somerville.
No, I haven't seen them yet either.
What do you think
No,
of them?
we did a Somerville game.
Did we do Somerville?
Yeah. We did a Somerville game.
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite high school football games I've seen was probably
Calaveras and Somerville.
3 or 4 years ago was Somerville and Amador. Both teams threw a lot, high-scoring game, score for score. But Somerville hasn't had a lot
Somerville lost
in the last 3 years.
Broke his leg against Calaveras 2 weeks ago. He was their biggest offensive player by far, and they just lack firepower now without him. Handoff straight ahead to number 87, Michael Hayes.
Michael Hayes, the ball carrier.
That's going to be plenty for a first down. It'll be a fresh set of downs for Argonaut. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 11.
I like him going for the dive on that short play. They use that fullback counter a lot of times, and that takes too long to set up. Not every time, but when you just need that quick punch. Mustangs got a lot of success with that dive play. I like to see him go to that on those short yardage.
Well, I mean, when they're running Elmore and Hayes in the backfield, those are a couple pretty big boys.
Yes, they are.
I mean, you get moving downhill, that's a touchdown right there.
That's number 3. He's almost there.
Josiah Saunders, 11 yards out. 3rd touchdown of the 2nd quarter.
Woo-hoo.
Wow.
Yeah.
1:05 left here to go in the half. 27-0 awaiting the extra point. Josiah Saunders gets his 3rd touchdown of the quarter.
Andre King.
Josiah Sanders, he does a great job of running within this double wing offense here. He cuts back when he needs to cut back, doesn't try to stretch everything, and hits that hole hard. And there was a nice hole there, but a lot of that touchdown was Sanders running. Nice job. Great night tonight,
There was a whistle on the extra point. It was offsides by the defense. So half the distance of the goal. So Argonaut's going to re-kick the extra point to make it 28-0 here. Snaps down, kicks up, it's good. 1:05 left to go here in the half. Argonaut 28, Bret Harte nothing. We'll be back right after this.
Football fans, stay in touch with Conifer Communications high-speed internet wherever you are. Stream the game live, connect with fans during and after the game, Facebook Live the winning play, or upload those Instagram photos. Conifer Communications may be local, but offers big-time internet service with fast speed, no data limits, plus VoIP phone service. Connect with Conifer today, 866-378-8393, or stop by their office in San Andreas on Highway 49.
You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
All right, we're back here. Dan Barnett Field. 2nd quarter action, 1 minute, 5 seconds left. Scoreboard shows Mustangs 28, Bret Harte Bullfrogs 0. Guys?
All right, here we go. Argonaut again getting ready to kick off to Bret Harte. As Jake just told you, 1:05 left to go in the half, 28-0 Mustangs, and there's not a whole lot more to be said about that. Deep kick this time, fielded at about the 10-yard line, and he dropped it. Now he's picked it up, trying to get around the outside across the 15 to the 20, gets forward to close to the 25. Looks like it's going to be about the 24. Tyler Poulin on the return.
Nice job to get something positive out of that, working his way back up close to the 20-yard line.
Every single kick, they have fumbled.
Yes.
And I think that's 5 now.
Yep. Lost 2 of them.
I'm going to have to take off my shoes pretty soon because I'm running out of fingers. So, 1st and 10 for the Bullfrogs. 57 seconds left to go here in the half. Scott under center. He wants to throw. Complete to number 11, it looks like. That is Emmanuel Nava.
Good quarterback rating, 100%.
Up to the 35-yard line. Nice gain on the play. It'll be the first down for Bret Harte. First time that Scott has actually been able to throw the ball. He's gone back to attempt a pass several times and be sacked every time. Bret Harte takes a timeout, so they're not giving it up here. They got less than a minute left, 50 seconds left. They're using a timeout thinking, hey, let's try to get something done.
Good experience for your sophomore quarterback as well. And tell you what, that's what a team like this, the offensive line is outmanned against Argonaut's defensive line, has been the case all night. Quicker passes, get it out of your hand if you're going to throw it.
But at this, you play for positives.
Yes.
You play for things that you can talk about that we did good, instead of just saying, hey, we lost 35-0. We lost this. We did this good. We're getting better. All a team wants and all a coach wants is to improve and work and continue to get better every week, regardless of where you start. It's a process, and you just want to continue to work and get better every week. So those are positives that they have to build on here. Scott under center, new set of downs, 1st and 10 for Bret Harte. He's going to throw. He drops straight back. He's looking. He delivers. Oh, almost intercepted by number 85, Garrett Elmore, just tipped. So incomplete pass, 45 seconds to go here to be 2nd down and 10 for Bret Harte.
Threw it into double coverage, but he does throw a pretty good ball. He's got a nice release. It comes out nice.
Yeah, it was double coverage there. Elmore was right in front, and Eckhart was right behind him, and just not much of a window there to complete that pass. Lucky it wasn't intercepted. 2nd down and 10 for the Bullfrogs. Scott under center, motion coming from the right side. He's going to pitch it out wide, trying to get around. It looks like a halfback pass. Oh, could have been complete. The intended receiver Pullen just dropped it. Number 21 on the halfback pass, Tyler Cabral, delivered a pretty good looking pass.
It really
was.
Like
he could have completed it there.
It really was a well-thrown
Look at the replay here. Scott pitched it out. The left-hander, look at the lefty. The old southpaw.
Like
delivers
Joey.
it right there, and Pullen dropped it.
And Pullen's the one that's been missing the kickoffs as well.
Anyway, so
not the ones fumbled.
Had an
turned
opportunity
over,
there. Pretty good pass, pretty good play call there. Cabral.
Yeah, they did. They did a nice job of bringing that back from the other side in motion to kind of be out there to lead in front of the running back. Sells it as a run play. Also makes a nice blocker in front of him.
3rd down and 10 for Bret Harte now. Now Scott pitches it back, and the pitch is bad. Oh, and Cabral wants to throw it again. He picks it up and throws it out of bounds. Incomplete.
You think
that play had none chance?
That could have been a smart play on his part.
Well,
you think it was a design pass?
It was, but the fumble wasn't part of it.
Oh, no, definitely not that.
That had none chance.
I was wondering if he made a smart play, picked it up, and threw it out of bounds. You know?
My daughter would say, Nunya.
Nunya. Nachos. Hey, I'll tell you what.
4th and 10 for Bret Harte here.
Forgot to call it there,
go.
Frank, on the replay. I think it was number 87, but the quarterback, Kenneth Scott, took a massive hit as he pitched that ball.
So 4th down, Bret Harte's going to punt with 33 seconds left to go.
Not a bad punt.
End over, and, oh, guess what? He came up and caught it. And he breaks it outside to the 35, to the 40. He's got nothing but room to the 50, to the 41. He had one man to beat, and nice coverage there by number 22. Drew O'Flynn came all the way across the field because Saunders had nothing but green grass in front of him, but there's a flag on the play, and this one's going to come back, I believe.
Hey, real quick, we got a Calaveras Lumber Ace Hardware scoring update. Sonora strikes first. It is 7-0 with 9:15 left.
Don't know how much the Mustangs would have tried to push that with 19 seconds left with the way this game's going. They may have just knelt on it anyways. Pure speculation on my part, but
well, I'm guessing that probably would have been the case, but I'm more surprised about the Sonora Calaveras game.
What is that score again?
7-0 Sonora.
7-0 Sonora.
Come on, Calaveras.
I'll be right back just the inside.
All right, so we're going to move the ball back to the 40-yard line. There's 19 seconds left to go here in the half.
Hello.
And I think the Mustangs are going to go into victory formation, kneel it down here. Yeah, they're going to let the clock run out, and that's going to be it. So, look at the scoreboard. After one half of play, the Mustangs had nothing but control of this half. 28 for Argonaut,
Bret Harte Bullfrogs 0. We'll be back with our halftime show right after this.
Glass Doctor's new showroom and design center is open. See and feel heavy glass shower enclosures, quality vinyl, luxury wood windows and doors. Whether it's new construction or remodels, foggy and broken glass, homes and commercial buildings, we do it all and are happy to consult with you for your project. We still install quality auto glass and calibrate your windshields for safety. So stop by today at Highway 49 just before Jackson Gate Road and O'Reilly Auto Parts, or go to glassdoctor.com for a free estimate.
Thompson's Toyota makes your car buying experience as easy and enjoyable as possible. Search through their extensive selection of new and pre-owned vehicles on the web at thompsonstoyota.com or request a price quote on the new vehicle of your choice. Thompson's Toyota, home of the one price, best value guarantee. 140 Forney Road in Placerville and on the web at thompsonstoyota.com. You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
All right, we're back here at Dan Barnett Field, where halftime has just started, 28-0 in favor of the Mustangs. Guys, what's going on?
Not much, Jake. I'll tell you what, that first half went pretty much as expected, but fairly clean game, Frank, as far as not a lot of penalties, but some turnovers out there by the Bret Harte Bullfrogs.
Well, they fumbled a couple of kickoffs that really gave Argonaut the opportunity to go. You know, the game started out, Bret Harte received, they won the toss, they wanted to receive the kick, they went 3-and-out right away. And Argonaut went to work, and they went on a 67-yard drive, finished off by a 5-yard run by Joshua Sanders, so took a 7-0 lead at 7:15 left in the quarter. Argonaut had one more opportunity in the first quarter on a field goal that was blocked, but the first quarter ended and Argonaut led 7-0. Well, then Argonaut came out and they scored on an 80-yard drive on a Joshua Sanders 14-yard touchdown to go up 14-0 at the 8:10 mark. Bret Harte then would fumble the kickoff again the second time, and then Argonaut would take over great field position at the 43-yard line, and Josiah Saunders would bust it 39 yards to take a 21-0 lead at the 7:21 mark. Then Saunders would score from the 11 yards out with 1:05 left in the half to take a 28-0 lead. Josiah Saunders had 3 touchdowns in the second quarter. Bret Harte just absolutely couldn't get anything going whatsoever. They fumbled 2 kickoffs. Everything was just a struggle. They finally, there on that last possession, actually got the first 2 first downs that they had of the half. But, you know, if you don't have the horses, you can't run a race.
Yeah.
And Bret Harte right now, they're a young team. They're certainly a program that's in transition, and you got to give the kids a lot of credit for coming out every week, practicing every day, fighting hard, trying to get better. So you got to respect the heck out of that. These young men are out here playing hard.
Turnover on the coaching staff, just there hasn't been.
Yeah, their head coach was let
so
go
unsettled
after 3 games, I believe, and it's just, you know, so good on them. I'm not, you know, like I say, you got to have the horses to run a race, and it's 28-0 Argonaut, and they, gosh knows, they took a shellacking last week against Sonora, 69-0. But you know what? They're still out here trying to compete. Yeah. And you got to give them credit for that.
And I don't want to sound like I'm ganging up or, you know, being mean or anything like that. We're just calling it as we see it, and they've gone through a lot of unfortunate stuff over there at Bret Harte. Frank's laid it all out for you pretty much there.
Yeah.
So you know, the other thing that is really part of the problems that they have. I was told earlier this week, you know, the junior Mustangs that we have here is a feeder program for Argonaut, and the Buffs have a feeder program, and Calaveras has a feeder program. Bret Harte does not. They do at the young age, but they do not have a varsity youth team because they don't have the players.
And it's made a big difference for both Argonaut and Amador. Argonaut, they ran the double wing, some of these kids, since they were 8 years, 9 years old, you know?
It's important for the continued success of a program, the continuity that you have. And Bret Harte is missing that now. Now, that's not to say they won't get it back as things change, but, you know, they're heading upstream right now against a pretty strong current, so I want to give them a lot of credit, but it's been all Mustangs here in this half.
So the Bullfrogs upstream, and they don't have the horses while they're playing. Were these puns intended?
I don't know. You tell me.
They work.
There we go.
It's working.
All right. Hey, guys, real quick. Just want to let you guys know what's going on for Calaveras Lumber Ace Hardware scoring updates. So far it is Sonora striking first in the first half, 7-0. Amador is on top of Somerville, 28-0. Then, of course, what's going on here, 28-0 in favor of the Mustangs. But, Frank, you were going to tell us the Mustang Charlie story. Why are you going to tell us that?
So, the reason Mustang Charlie came up, so back after 9/11.
Yes.
And everybody was I was not here for the first game. I was hunting in Wyoming.
Okay.
And my daughter Lauren brought our quarter horse, Mustang Charlie. That's what they named it. His name was Charlie. This was the greatest horse I've ever owned. This thing had done rodeo. I mean, this was as bomb-proof a horse as you could find. And she raced down the field, I'm told, in 9/11, and it was just incredible, carrying the American flag right after that, and it was a big deal. So Mustang Charlie was going to become part of football games.
Yes.
So the first game I'm at, I'm down at the track, and I got the video, and Lauren gets on Charlie, and Melanie Davis at that time was the mascot, and she's got the Mustang suit on, and she climbs on the back. Well, Melanie was a horse girl, right? So Charlie heads out down the track, and I'm in the back, and I'm going, oh, heck. And Melanie lost her balance, and she's got a hold of Lauren, and they go down, the saddle slides, they go off, and Charlie's streaking down the track, and the saddle's underneath his belly.
About the 40-yard line or so here, wasn't it?
And so I'm down here, and I know Charlie. I know where he's going. I go right up past here. My truck was parked right there. I know right where Charlie was going to be. I went right back there, and Charlie was standing on my truck.
Up near the softball
But
field.
everybody's freaking out, you know, because this horse, and I'm saying, leave him alone, leave him alone.
Don't touch him.
Don't spook him more.
And what happened, the cinch on the saddle, after you saddle a horse, you have to re-cinch it afterwards because when they breathe and they go and they didn't retighten, the saddle was loose, and when Melanie got loose, they both went, the saddle spun, they went off.
Well, I mean, Lauren was in the stirrups, so she's going off to the side, yeah.
And Charlie was sitting right up here at my truck. And everybody decided that maybe Mustang Charlie wasn't a good idea to have in the football games anymore. So that was his last ride.
You know what, the thing I thought was funny about the whole situation was when the mascot jumped on there, I said, I've never seen a horse riding a horse before.
Yeah. It was Melanie Davis.
All right. Well,
True story.
Well, that was a great story, and I totally forgot about that happening. I was young when that happened. But anyway, hey, so we got about 6:55 left here in the halftime. We're going to go ahead and take a real quick break. We're going to actually go over to the game in Sonora where Tony and Mike are dutifully calling that game, of course, with Adam, weekend man Cranfield. So why don't we go ahead and send it back to you at the studios, Jim?
Why do people come from all over to buy a vehicle from Thompson's Buick GMC in Placerville? To experience the best in customer service, great deals, and excellent selection. Thompson's makes car buying fun, easy, and convenient. Why, you can even order online and have your vehicle delivered. Thompson's Buick GMC, 55 Placerville Drive in Placerville, and on the web at thompsonsbuickgmc.com. The family of Armstrong & Son Construction and Armstrong Self-Storage are proud to sponsor Motherlode League football. Remember, when you need excavating, grading, septic system repairs, and other site work, call Armstrong.
game as well.
Well, they started first couple drives. You know, well, they passed it to Milborn a couple times. Dive, Crockett, Key.
Hey, we wanted to real quick apologize to some of our stream viewers online. We are unable to get the audio from that Calaveras game right now, but it sits right now at 7-0 in favor of Sonora. But we'll keep you up with updates on that as that game progresses.
Leg.
He does.
So, with 3:19 left to go here in the first half of play, it is Sonora 14, Calaveras 0.
And Tony, we're on the radio now. We're on KVGC. That's what Jim just said. Yeah, we are
Okay.
on the air.
Well, with 3:19 left to go in the first half, it has been pretty much, other than the opening drive for Calaveras, all Sonora. So they have controlled the line of scrimmage. They have moved the ball very effectively. Calaveras' first drive, how many plays did you say it was, their opening drive?
Yeah, they had a 12-play drive that ended up on a turnover on downs when they tried to do a play action with Dart, and Sonora's defensive line just wasn't having it.
But since that time, Sonora has really controlled the line of scrimmage.
And it's been a mix of everybody, skill guy-wise. I mean, Crockett's done well, Milborn, Morgan, and then their two fullbacks, or two dive backs, Fernandez and McDonald.
Edwin Casillas, number 85, the kicker for Sonora. End over end, booming kicks, going to drive Calaveras. Lozano back to his own 1-yard line. He's going to return it middle, out to the 10. He's going to slip and go down. That was a mistake, Mike.
Yeah,
when that ball is driving you back at the 1-yard line, your momentum carrying you back, you've got to catch it, then turn around. That was a high end over end kick. Good coverage. He should have let that ball go.
I agree, Tony. As a former returner, too, they teach you, if that ball's over your head, you just let that one
Let it go. But instead, they're going to start out first down 10. Ball's marked at the 14-yard line. So with 3:14 left to go in the first half, Calaveras is going to start their fourth drive of the game, deep in their own territory. Jake Hopper, Clayton Moore in the backfield behind Nolan Dart. Lozano goes in motion. Back the other way. Here's the snap. Handoff over the right side. I believe that is Hopper that's Clayton Moore on the carry. So he's going to get it out past the 15 to about the 19-yard line. So a gain of 5, we're going to call it. It's going to bring up second down, 5 yards to go now for Calaveras.
Yeah, Calaveras Lumber's scoring update. 3:49 left in the half. Amador 21, Somerville 0.
Okay, so Amador's offense is rolling.
It's a game of zeros. 14-0 in this one, 21-0 Somerville, and it was, I believe, 21-0 for Argonaut against Bret Harte.
Second down and 5. Here's the snap. Handoff Jake Hopper around the right side. Tries to cut it back into the inside. He's going to have a pickup of about 4 yards, close to 5 yards. So he's going to be very close to a Calaveras first down. They're going to mark him just inside the 25-yard line. So there's still enough time here. Calaveras still got, I believe, 2 timeouts left. So with 2:29 left to go here in the first half, they do have enough time. That play is going to come back.
That'll hurt.
Holding against Calaveras. So instead of a nice gain close to a first down, it's going to bring that play back. So it's going to bring up second down, 12 yards to go.
So Tony, it's now 35-0. Amador over Somerville with 13 seconds left to go in the half.
Well, Coach Bill Baker talked about, hey, maybe this loss to Calaveras is what we need, might make us a better team. Well, they are definitely on the roll tonight.
I agree with that. Sometimes that gives you kind of a little fire.
Wake-up call.
Yeah.
Yeah. Handoff to Hopper over the right guard. Nothing there as he's hit and dropped, after about a pickup of about a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 11 yards to go as Calaveras has the ball deep into their own territory. It's going to be a timeout, Sonora. So the Thundering Herd was on a roll.
Yeah.
What was the last score that we got from the Argonaut, Bret Harte?
Yeah, so last score we haven't had one in a little bit, but it was 21-0 over Bret Harte.
Okay. So as you mentioned, there's a lot of goose eggs up on the boards tonight.
A lot of goose eggs. And I don't know if I'd be in panic mode quite yet for Calaveras. There's still a lot of time left in the game.
Well, the one thing that would be a little concerning is we talked about Calaveras not having that quick strike, that big play.
Yeah.
So this is an offense that you can't get too far down.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, they play grinded out football, but that means handing it off to Moore and Hopper, picking up 3, 4, 5 yards at a whack. They're not doing that right now because they're getting hit at the line of scrimmage or in the backfield.
They just need a solid drive, pick up a few first downs. They haven't had a first down since their first drive, and they had 3 first downs that first drive.
3rd down and long. Dart dropping back. He's throwing the ball over the middle, and it's going to be complete for a first down.
There we go.
Johnny Lozano on the reception. He's going to take it out to about the 27-yard line.
Play action. They actually protect this time. Dart finds Lozano.
Did you see the block in the backfield?
Yeah.
He was getting a lot of pressure from the DN. Halfback came over.
Jeep Ram is priced below the manufacturer's suggested retail price? It's true. That's one way their 10-point value guarantee gives you peace of mind and added value. That's Thompson's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram at 126 Forney Road in Placerville. Visit them on the web at placervillejeep.com or call 888-874-5976. You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
All right, here we're back here at Dan Barnett Field. We are about to kick off second half action, 28-0 in favor of the Mustangs. Hey, if you're just tuning in, we were listening to the Sonora Calaveras game. It is currently 14-0 in favor of Sonora, guys.
Hey, that's good news for the Buffaloes.
I talked about this last week. Calaveras does not have a team. If they get behind, they don't strike quick. So Bret Harte kicks off a low bouncing kick field at about the 22-yard line, up across the 35, trying to get around the outside. That's Saunders. He slips and goes down at the 40. That's Josiah Saunders. So Argonaut's going to have good field position to start this second half at the 40-yard line where they're having 1st and 10.
That was an interesting kick, Frank. They didn't have it on a tee. He had it laying down on its side and just kind of came up and kicked it. That's how it got that spin on it. But definitely the plan there on the kickoff for Bret Harte.
So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs starting this second half. Saunders brothers on the wings, straight ahead handoff this to number 80. Was that 87? Is that Hayes? Let's see.
It's not King, I know that.
Yeah, it's Hayes. Michael Hayes gains a 5 up to the 45-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 5. As I said, he's a big boy coming through there in that fullback position.
Hey, guys, real quick, Calaveras Lumber Star scoring update. Allen, pass to Allen, touchdown PAT, good 35-0 in favor of Amador over Somerville.
All right, here we go. 2nd down for Argonaut. Saunders falls forward to about the 48-yard line. That'll set up a 3rd down and 2.
Taken down by Cody X.
Looking at the replay here, it was just a little toss coming right through, and nice job by big number 71 from Bret Harte, shedding the block from Hayes. Short gain on the play, 3rd down and 2 for the Mustangs. Straight ahead handoff this time. That'll be enough for the first down. That was 87. Michael Hayes gets across the 50-yard line to the 49. So it'll be a fresh set of downs for the Mustangs.
Down to the 49.
So we saw the Mustangs come out in a different formation, basically move their wing out from the wing position into more of like a slot receiver with twins out there. We see them do that maybe 3 or 4 times tonight and got away from it. May see him work on some things here.
Here we go, traditional double wing setup. Saunders goes in motion. Give to Saunders, trying to get around the left side. He breaks one tackle, gets across the 45, and brought down at about the 43-yard line. Nice gain on the play. Gain of about 6. It'll be second down and 4 for the Mustangs.
Abruptly by Cabral.
So it has been the Saunders show here between Jeshua and Josiah.
Hey, also, when we were reading off our sponsors earlier, we didn't mention Bistro 49. Our player of the game is usually Bistro for every game is Bistro 49. Big shout out to them.
Second down and 4. Toss this side. Oh, what a great tackle right there. That was number 21, Tyler Cabral. No gain on the play. Just a great job right there. Saunders came across from the left side trying to take that toss. And Cabral did a nice job filling that gap. It'll be third down and 4.
Coming from his linebacker position and just gets up in the hole, does a nice job. Almost kind of hiding behind there.
So third down and 4 for the Mustangs. Ball sits at the 44-yard line. Line of gain would be the 40. So third down and 4 for Argonaut, opening possession here of the second half. Saunders goes into motion, inside handoff to Joshua. He's got the first down as he gets across the 40-yard line to about the 39-yard line. It'll be a first and 10 for the Mustangs as they move the chains.
Just enough to get across the sticks.
So you know what? We haven't seen a measurement in a long time. Did you guys see one last week?
We saw several last week. I think we had 3.
Yeah, there were 3 or 4, and they were. And most of them were actually on Calaveras, and they were like inches.
And, that's one thing Calaveras did last week against the Amador. Their very first possession on their side of the 50-yard line went for it on fourth down. They knew they needed to control that clock and keep the ball out of Amador's hands, and they were really successful on those fourth down plays. Carry this time across the 45-yard line by the Mustangs. That was number 12, Joshua Saunders.
Tell you what, the Mustangs in front of him definitely did their job. Looks like that was actually from behind Stevens got to him. But Argonaut still winning that battle at the line of scrimmage.
So second down and 5 for the Mustangs here. Opening possession of the half for Argonaut. 8:03 left to go here in the third quarter. Inside handoff this time to 87. Hayes brought down after a gain of about 2. That'll bring up a third down and 3 for Argonaut. Cabral again on the tackle for Bret Harte.
Basically no gain on the play. He's up a third down at about 5.
So third and 4 for the Mustangs. Saunders comes out, number 80. I thought that was 88 that went in.
I think King went in.
80, Andre King?
Yeah, he's got those orange cleats. Easy for me to pick up.
Third down for the Mustangs. Davis is going to keep it. He gets to the 30-yard line. He's going to be just short of the first down. He's going to set up a fourth down, and let's call it 1.
He sells his fakes, Frank. I thought the fullback had that ball. Did a nice job putting it in there, pulling it out.
So Argonaut's going to go for it here as the ball sits on the 30-yard line, 4th and 1. 6:51 to go here in the third quarter. Clock continues to run, 28-0 Argonaut. Davis straight ahead handoff and hit right away, and I don't know if he got it.
I don't think he got it,
That was Hayes that got stood up. And I think he's going to be short.
Let's see on the replay here.
Yeah, they're going to be short, and Argonaut's going to turn it over on down. Nice job by the Bret Harte defense. Oh, good job right there, shedding that block.
And number 71 messed that up pretty bad, too.
But it was really the block on the left. And so Argonaut turns it over on downs in their first possession of the half.
Like we said, no quit. That Bret Harte defense, 4th and short, and a nice little stand right there.
So Bret Harte takes over the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Straight ahead handoff that time, gains a couple on the play. It'll be 2nd down, and let's call it 8.
Hey guys, got a Calaveras Lumber Ace Hardware scoring update, and so far, Sonora on top, 20-0.
Oh, that Calaveras can't come back from that.
Yeah, they just went into halftime over there.
Calaveras does not have the offense to come back from a 20-0 deficit.
That just proves styles make fights. You can't say this. We beat that team, and we're playing the team that they lost to. Da, da, da. No, different teams, different styles.
2nd down for Argonaut. Scott's going to keep it this time, gets up to the 35-yard line where he's brought down, gain him a couple on the play. It'll set up a 3rd down and 5.
You know, on that Calaveras game, what Mike and Tony were saying was Calaveras was having an incredibly difficult time setting up their run game, and so most of their passing games goes out of play action, and they just weren't able to set any of that up as well.
Now there's a penalty, it looks like, against Argonaut. They're going to move that forward to a face mask penalty up to the 40-yard line, so it'll be a 1st down for Bret Harte.
Hey, Jake, and back to what I'm saying, you know, as far as styles make fights, right? We've seen Sonora's defense, and none of us think it's as good as Amador's defense, but look what they're –
Or Calaveras, for that matter. I saw Sonora here, and I went, that's that's a good football team, but I didn't think they were as good as Amador or Calaveras, and right now they're handing it to Calaveras. 1st and 10 for Bret Harte. They're going to give off to the right side. I believe that was number 21, Cabral, brought down immediately. No gain on the play. Might have lost one.
You know what, guys? We shouldn't root for teams or whatever, but I've been quietly rooting for Amador to pick up a league championship ever since they had the great season. But it's around the time when Sonora came into the league or had been here for a couple years, and the only loss they have is to Sonora. And at that time, a lot of people were questioning why Sonora was in our league. So kind of been pulling for Amador to get hopefully this game wraps up the way it's supposed to go there. Calaveras, Sonora, and Amador can get a victory. And
that's going to set up a big game next week, Sonora at Amador. Scott wants to throw complete. Nice catch on the play up to the 50-yard line. That's going to be good for a 1st down.
Nice throw.
That was number 14, Adam Ainge. Nice grab. Throw was a little bit high. Ainge went up and pulled it down. Nice throw by Scott. Nice catch by Ainge. 1st and 10 for Bret Harte. Bret Harte trying to show a little life here. They come out of the huddle in a hurry. Pick up the pace a little bit. Scott under center. Oh, and he fumbled the snap. I think he got it back, but no gain on the play. Fell on the ball as he fumbled the snap as he pulled out of there. So it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Looks like he's moving a little slow. Maybe he's tired.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Scott.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Bullfrogs. Ball sits at the 50-yard line.
So are we doing that game next week? Is that our game of the week?
Yeah. Sonora at Amador. That's where we'll be.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Tonight is the Wildcats' last home game for the season. They're going to be on the road for the next 2 games.
Sorry, Wildcats, but go Buffs.
Absolutely.
They only have one real game left, and that's next week at Amador. So then it'll be rivalry week where Calaveras will play Bret Harte. Sonora will play Somerville. He fumbled that snap again. That's 2 in a row. He picked it up. This time he gained maybe 1 on the play.
Jake's going to give us a replay. Cam's got this zoomed really nice. Let's see if we can see whose fault this is here, Frank.
Eventually with a keeper.
He pulled his hands out, and
he pulled his hands.
The snap was up high.
Yeah, it was a little of both.
It came up high, and that's 2 in a row. Gain of 1 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 9 for Bret Harte now. 3:05 left to go here in the 3rd quarter.
The physicality of the Mustangs seems to be wearing Bret Harte down now at this point as you watch these guys getting up off the pile. And like I said, watch that line of scrimmage battle.
Well, you don't have a whole lot of roster. You've got a bunch of guys that are playing a long time out there for Bret Harte week in and week out. 3rd down and 9 for Bret Harte now. Scott under center. He's got that one. He's rolling to his right. He wants to throw. He's looking. He's in trouble. He throws complete to Cabral. That'll be good for a first down.
Sounded like they blew the whistle prior to him going out. But
so just got past the line of gain up to about the 39-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Bret Harte. So they needed to get to the 4-10.
I was watching the screen, baby.
Cabral again off to the right side, breaks a tackle, gets up across the 35. Good hard running guy by Cabral up to about the 34-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Bullfrogs. Showing a little life here on the offensive side of the ball for Bret Harte. We're under 2 minutes left here to go in the third.
Seems like it's moving fast. Not a lot of penalties, you know. It just keeps rolling along.
Scott wants to keep it that time, and he's just buried there underneath green jerseys. That was number 57 on the tackle for the Mustangs, Colton Clark. So to the 46-yard line, loss of 1 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Like I said, sometimes these interior linemen get kind of lost on us as we're watching the action. We're following the ball, trying to call the game for us. But Cam's getting some nice footage here. Jake has done a great job tonight as well. So Colton Clark, nice to call your name here, buddy.
The third quarter has really gone fast. Argonaut had the opening possession, and this is the first possession for Bret Harte, and we're under a minute left here to go in the third. Pitch coming here to the left side. That's Cabral trying to get the corner, and nothing going on there as number 80, Andre King, did a good job stretching that out, knocking him out of bounds just at about the 34-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 5.
You know what was nice about this one is that's the same look they did on that halfback pass that they attempted a short time ago, and the Mustangs defense did a nice job of not selling out on that one.
So Scott's got the play, brings it into the huddle. 4th and 5 for the Bullfrogs. 19 seconds left. This will be the last play of the third quarter. Scott's going to roll to his right. He wants to throw. He throws. Caught, however, well short of the first down. That was number 2, Tyler Poulin. But they're going to turn it over on downs as he was 3 yards short of the first down. So Argonaut is going to take over with 1 second left to go here in the third quarter. So both teams have had one possession here in the third quarter, and they both turned it over on downs. Looked like Bret Harte had a little drive going on there, but stalled, and Argonaut will take over 1st and 10 from the 33. With 1 second left in the quarter. This will be the last play. Pitch this time to Saunders, trying to come around the right side, gets across the 35, driving all the way up to the 40, all the way maybe to the 41. Nice gain on the play, gain about 7. That'll be the end of the third quarter. Look at the scoreboard. It's been all Mustangs. Argonaut 28, Bret Harte 0. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this.
Jackson Tire, located on Highway 49 in Jackson and Highway 88 in Pine Grove, is the place to go for your vehicle. Whether you need new tires or any auto service, Jackson Tire is a dealer you need to know. Visit them at jacksontire.net. That's Jackson Tire. You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
All right, we're back here at Dan Barnett Field. Scoreboard shows Mustangs 28, Bret Harte Bullfrogs 0. 12 minutes left in the ball game, guys.
All right, they're going to flip the field here. They were a little slow in getting that going. They're going to move it to the other side, place it at the 41-yard line, where the Mustangs will have it 2nd and 3 to start this quarter.
Frank, this whole game is going quick. We talked about that third quarter. It's only 8:35. And we're already starting the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we pretty much started on time, maybe a little bit after 7. Davis under center, straight ahead handoff. That time, it looks like they've got the first down. That was Michael Hayes. So gets to about the 44-yard line. That'll be enough for the first down. That'll move the chains. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. that clock just didn't seem to stop at all in the third quarter. It just raced through. Like I said, both teams only had one possession in the quarter. Man. Well, one possession plus one play. Argonaut ran a play with 1 second left to go in the third. So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the 44. Pitch to Saunders going across the right side. Gets up to about the 40, let's see where they spotted. I'm going to say the 48-yard line. So a gain of about 4 on the play.
And it looks like just one man to beat. The Mustangs are close to breaking one of these out.
Josiah Sanders, the ball carrier.
So Josiah's already got the hat trick with 3 touchdowns in the third quarter. The other touchdown was scored by his brother Joshua on the first drive, first possession of the game for the Mustangs. So 2nd down and 6.
Don't throw any squids out there, Jake, for his hat trick.
For Argonaut. We're not playing hockey, are we? All right, inside handoff again, this time to, I believe that was number 87, Michael Hayes. Nice gain on the play up to approximately the 46-yard line. It'll set up a 3rd down and 2, or 2nd down and 2.
Hayes, Elmore, and King.
No, they're giving him the 1st down.
Hayes, Elmore, and King, the 3 running backs with numbers in the 80s, have all done a nice job running the ball tonight.
So ball up to the 46-yard line of the Bret Harte. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Davis on a toss. This to Saunders, gets across the 45 to about the 43-yard line.
Josiah Sanders, the ball carrier.
Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Josiah Saunders on the carry.
There's a penalty flag out there.
Very few penalties on the night. That's one of the reasons the game has continued to run hard, holding against Argonaut. That's going to back them up 10 yards.
10:18 left to go in the ball game, folks. 28-0. Mustangs are up. And at this time, I haven't been following the timeouts, as I believe that shows both have all 3 of their timeouts.
I think all 3 teams, both teams have all 3 timeouts here in the half. It's nice when there's few penalties. It lets the game just flow. Something we've struggled with all year long, with so many penalties and slowing the game down.
We got out at 10:40 one night.
Inside handoff again to Hayes, I believe, gets up to about the 48-yard line. So that's going to set up a 2nd down and about 17, we'll call it.
Hey guys, we have a Calaveras Lumber Ace Hardware scoring update. So Amador continues to pile it on the Bears from a Wiley pass or Wiley reception to a Stimpson 4-yard sweep for a 42-0 score. Buffs.
That game will be over shortly as they're in the running clock. Inside handoff again. No, pitched outside. Saunders got the corner to the 50, to the 40, across the 35, knocked out of bounds at about the 33-yard line by number 2, and that's going to be a flag.
I hope
Saunders
that's
didn't
number
like
2.
that. It is against number 2, Poulin. Unsportsmanlike conduct. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Little frustration right there.
And number 2.
Watch this at the end there. And it wasn't anything about the hit. It was what happened afterwards right there.
Look on his face mask, pushing on him. And you know what, Bret Harte, this is one thing I haven't liked about them so far today. Number 21 pulled some stuff like that in the beginning. And 2's the one who can't seem to field a kick. And they're starting to show some poor sportsmanship out here. It's not the
personal foul. That's a 50-yard penalty, so the ball is going to be moved down to the 16-yard line where the Mustangs will have it 1st and 10.
Hey, I'll throw a little disclaimer out there, folks. You can say anything you want and say, oh, take it easy on the poor kids, but when it comes to sportsmanship, that's something I'm going to call out every time. There's just no place for that, number 2. And look what it does to your team. Put you in a worse position, already trailing 28-0.
So 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line for the Mustangs. Saunders brothers on the wing. Hayes in the backfield. Going to pitch to Saunders. Going across the right side. Cuts it up inside. He's breaking it free. Touchdown! The Saunders show continues. 16-yard touchdown by Joshua Saunders to make it 34-0, awaiting the extra point. So Josiah's got 3. Joshua's got 2. So at the 9:18 mark, as King on to attempt the extra point. Good snap, hold, the kick's up, and it's good. 9:18 left to go in the ball game. Argonaut 35, all Mustangs tonight. Bret Harte 0. We'll be back with the rest of the fourth quarter action after this.
Central State Credit Union is a great place to begin your search for a new vehicle, and you can share the benefits of your membership by referring family and friends. Just like you, they can save a lot of money with a great rate and a lot of time at the dealership by going in with a pre-approval. Invite your family and friends to experience the difference today. Applying for an auto loan is easy with options including in-branch or online application and pre-approval. Visit them online at centralstatecu.org or call them at 444-5300. Subject to credit approval, federally insured by NCUA. You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
All right, and we're back as the Mustangs are set to kick off. 9:18 left in the ball game, guys.
All right, King kicks off deep this time, back to the 9-yard line. Field cleanly across the 20 to the 25 to the 30. Gets hit there and falls forward to about the 34-yard line where Bret Harte will take over. And, man, they are in a big hole right now. 9:06 left. We are in a running clock as the Mustangs lead 35-0. So Bret Harte takes over 1st and 10 from the 30. Well, they're going to place it just short of the 35, so we'll call it the 35-yard line. But we are on a running clock, 8:50 left. It will only stop for scores and injury. Otherwise, the clock will continue to run for the rest of the game. 1st and 10 for Bret Harte from the 35, as officials are having a discussion about something there as the clock continues to run. So Bret Harte comes to the line. Scott breaks the huddle. Split backs in the backfield. Motion coming to the left. Scott's going to keep it himself. Turns and moves it across the 35 up to about the 38-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Bullfrogs.
Stop by Colton Clark.
Colton Clark on the tackle for the Mustangs. Delgado, I believe, number 52, was also in on that tackle. So 2nd down, let's call it 7 for Bret Harte.
All right.
Scott wants to throw. Throws it out quick out to the right to number 14. That is Adam Ainge.
You know what, Frank? Even when he's getting it, it doesn't look like that snap, that quarterback center exchange is clean. Looks like they're still having some issues with it.
Maybe a gain of 1 on the play. We'll call it 3rd down and 6. Look at the replay. Yeah, he did have trouble getting that out. Just a quick little pass there. Nice, strong tackle by Saunders.
You know, looking at that, it looks like it's kind of a twofold issue. It doesn't look like he's pulling out consistently, and it looks like the snap is just all over the place.
Yeah.
3rd down and 6 for Bret Harte.
It looks like he's snapping it into a painful area.
Scott's going to roll this time to his left. He wants to throw, but he's having trouble. He's getting chased out of bounds and brought down out of bounds by number 80. Was that King?
Yeah, that was King.
King's 80.
Andre King, I believe. They have not had any success rolling him to the left. I don't know why they continue to do that. He has lost every single play rolling to his left, a loss of yards. Other than that, he actually got back to the line of scrimmage that time. It'll be 4th down and long, and Bret Harte's going to punt.
35-0, 6:15 left to go in the ball game.
Good kick. Nobody back for the Mustangs. It hits at about the 37, takes a Bret Harte bounce down to the 32-yard line. That's where Argonaut will have possession. 6:03 left to go here in the ball game. Again, we are on a running clock as Argonaut leads this game 35-0. We're under 6 minutes left.
All right, so hey, real quick, Calaveras number scoring update. Looks like Amador continues to pile it on here. Real quick, Sonora is still at halftime 20-0 in favor of the Wildcats. Niddle strips and makes a defensive touchdown with 7 minutes left there, 49-0 in favor of Amador. That's our Calaveras Lumber Ace Hardware scoring update, guys.
Right on, right on. Thank you, Jakey.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. A little over 5 minutes left to go in the game. We have a new quarterback, I believe, and a new running back. That's number 44, Jason Belugub.
Jason B.
On the carry. And let's see who's in at quarterback. Number 16, it looks like Luis Welton.
Picked up 3 on the play.
All right.
So we talked about this being a quick game. MC texts, how's the game going? I say 5 minutes left. And she texts back, holy SH.
All right, 2nd down. So our new quarterback is Welton. Welton's going to pitch it back this time on the toss. We'll get you some new numbers. That looks number 6.
I think it was Woodruff.
Joe Woodruff on the carry. So that'll set up a 3rd down for the Mustangs. 4:30 left to go in the ball game.
And as Frank said, this is a running clock now, folks. So this game's going to wrap up most likely in about 5
4
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, good to see Gold Team getting an opportunity as well.
Yeah.
All right, so Welton in a quarterback. Oh, fumble on the snap. Welton fell on it, but that's going to set up a 4th down for the Mustangs, so they're going to punt. So the punt team comes on for Argonaut. We're under 4 minutes now.
And it looks like 32 for the Mustangs going back there. Michael Jones. Is Michael always the punter, or does King punts, doesn't he,
Yeah.
and kicks? So they're even subbing down all the way down to the punter.
Why not?
Yeah, get these guys in, get some experience.
So Michael Jones back to kick.
Not
a
bad,
bad punt.
bad.
Hits at about the 44-yard line, takes a Mustang bounce. It's going to be down to the 34. Bret Harte's going to take over from there. 1st and 10, 3:28 and counting.
And we'll keep it here, Jim, as it is the running clock now, running down 3:18 left to go in the ball game.
Well, I'll tell you right now, that Calaveras-Sonora game is over. Calaveras does not have the offense to come back but from a 20-point deficit. I said that before the Amador game. Calaveras needs to play ahead, and they knew that, as you saw last week on that very first possession when they went for it on 4th down on their about 42-yard line on their side of the field. They knew that's how they play.
That's how they needed to get there.
And right now, they can't come back from 20 points down. So that game's over. Amador is happy about that because now they got a shot for a 3-way tie in the league. Good run right up the middle by Bret Harte that time.
Belchie, nice job getting off the snap there, number 55.
I think it was Cabral on the carry, but big number 74, Kodiak Stevens, led him right through the hole that time.
Taken down by
as number 55, I'll tell you what.
That's what I'm saying. Belchie, he just
Belchie
owned the center.
just blew up the center on that play.
That was bad. That was real bad.
All right, 2nd down and 4 for Bret Harte. 2:10 left to go in the contest. Scott going to hand off straight ahead to number 21. That's Cabral, and I think there was a flag on the play. I see a flag come in from the other side.
I'll tell you what, Belchie almost got the handoff on that play, too.
Bret Harte is going to take a timeout. So the clock is stopped now. Timeouts, injuries are the only things that will stop the clock on a running clock. 1:52 left to go in the contest. The ball sits at the 45-yard line. Bret Harte takes the timeout. They would love to eliminate that 0 somehow by the end of this game.
Timeout, Bret Harte. That's their first charge timeout.
So they're not giving up.
Hey, like
Good
you
on
said,
them.
those little positives, you know. Let's try to at least get on the board. We've seen what that kicker can do. So what do they need here, Frank? 5, 10, 15, 20 yards, and he's probably
They get to the 30-yard line. They get to the 30-yard line. I'd like to see them try one.
Yeah, no, I'd absolutely like to see that. Nothing new going on around the league, but just going on what's going on next week. This Calaveras loss at Sonora sets up again another really big game for
game
the
of the year.
Herd.
Game of the year.
This will probably be the biggest game of the year. Right
I mean,
there
pretty much.
Well,
league champion.
basically, if Amador can win this game next week, there will be a 3-way tie because Sonora, Calaveras, nor Amador are going to lose in the rivalry game. That's my call. So this is huge for Amador.
And what it would be, folks, it doesn't come down to, okay, Amador and Sonora end up with the same record, but Sonora beat Amador, right? But you're going to have 3 teams in there, and each one has beat each other if Amador is able to beat Sonora.
Max Preps already have playoff predictions out, and I looked at them the other day, even though it's a little bit early. They had Sonora as the winner of the league, so they get the automatic bid. They will be in Division 5. Okay. Division 6, Calaveras and Amador will both be in, but I'm going to tell you what, folks, Division 6 isn't what it used to be, because let me tell you who's projected in there right now. Hilmar.
Oh, boy.
Ripon.
Another great one.
I don't think these teams.
Just those 2 alone. Hilmar is no joke no matter what.
When Amador went to L.A., they played in Division 6 AA or
whatever.
But
there was nobody in that division at that time.
I was going to say, wasn't
the toughest team they had to beat was Bradshaw Christian, and that was in the section championship. And Argonaut softened them up the week before, as Argonaut lost a close game to them. Yeah. You remember that year in the playoffs.
Yeah.
When we went down and did the NorCal game in San Francisco, that team was not very good, and Amador crushed them. Then we went down in Southern California. That was a different deal. That team they faced
Orange
down
Lutheran,
there Orange Lutheran was one heck of a football team.
Hilmar, Ripon, those teams may have been playing Division 4 at that time.
Back then, well, Argonaut played Division 4.
Yeah.
You look back when Argonaut won their section title when they beat Linden, they were playing Division 4.
Yeah.
In 04?
04, I believe, yes.
Oh, toss going to the left side. Tackled there across about the 40-yard line. Bret Harte's trying to hurry up. There's a minute 10 left. They want to get on the scoreboard. New set of downs, 1st and 10. The clock continues to run. 1st and 10 for Bret Harte, under a minute now. Scott wants to throw. He's looking left. He throws it. Oh, and the receiver fell down.
They may say their feet got tangled together.
I do not see a flag. The receiver fell down. The clock continues to run. 45 seconds left. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Bret Harte.
And it looks like Somerville finally broke into the score column. 49-7, I think, is going to be the final score over there.
Wow, what a blowout.
Obviously, they're on a running clock, and then that was predictable. With, like I said, with Veach going down, Somerville is pretty limited on what they can do on the offensive side of the ball. Scott wants to throw. He's going to throw one deep down the left side of the field. That could have been a flag, and it is a flag. That's going to be pass interference on number 44, Belugab.
You know what?
That ball was just up in the air, and the receiver went in, and Beluga just didn't know where the ball was, and he just kind of grabbed him.
You know, it's smart play in high school football because it's not at the spot of the ball like it is in the NFL.
Correct.
If you're burnt, take the man down.
Correct. And I don't know why they've stopped the clock now. There's 12 seconds left.
It may have been Bret Harte's little. No, there's.
Yeah, for the penalty.
For the penalty, they stopped the clock.
Ball be placed at the spot of the
18 seconds. No, it's not. That's not high school rules. It's not the spot of the foul. That's just what the announcer just announced it. That is not the rules in high school football.
No,
it is not It is not a spot foul.
Same in college. Was it 15 yards, right, Frank?
Yes.
Yes.
Where it'll be 1st down.
So it'll be 1st down for Bret Harte with 18 seconds left. Spot of the foul is NFL rules, folks, in pass interference. That is not high school and college football rules. If you're beat in high school or college, tackle the guy.
Seriously. Get your money's worth while you're at it.
1st and 10 for Bret Harte. They're trying to get on the scoreboard before the end of the game. 18 seconds. Scott wants to throw. He's in trouble, and he gets sacked. And brought down by number 54 for Argonaut. That's Caden Winther. 7 seconds. I don't know if they're going to be able to get a playoff. 4, 3, 2. They snap it. Scott killed it.
You can't kill the clock.
You can't kill the clock on a running clock. Time runs out. That'll be the ball game. Your final score. All Argonaut tonight. The Mustangs get their 2nd league win, move to 3-5 on the year. 35 for the Mustangs. Bret Harte, Bullfrogs, nothing. We'll be back with our post-game wrap right after this.
Football fans, stay in touch with Conifer Communications high-speed internet wherever you are. Stream the game live, connect with fans during and after the game, Facebook Live the winning play, or upload those Instagram photos. Conifer Communications may be local, but offers big-time internet service with fast speed, no data limits, plus VoIP phone service. Connect with Conifer today, 866-378-8393, or stop by their office in San Andreas on Highway 49.
Glass Doctor's new showroom and design center is open. See and feel heavy glass shower enclosures, quality vinyl, luxury wood windows and doors. Whether it's new construction or remodels, foggy and broken glass, homes and commercial buildings, we do it all and are happy to consult with you for your project. We still install quality auto glass and calibrate your windshields for safety. So stop by today at Highway 49 just before Jackson Gate Road and O'Reilly Auto Parts, or go to glassdoctor.com for a free estimate.
For 35 years, patients of all ages have trusted Jackson Creek Dental with their smiles. Whether you need general care, orthodontics, periodontal care, oral sedation for complete relaxation, cosmetic dentistry, or full mouth reconstruction, Jackson Creek Dental can take care of your smile. Voted Best Dental Office in Amador County by readers of the Ledger-Dispatch and Sierra Lodestar. New patients welcome. On the web, jacksoncreekdental.com, or call 223-2712 today. Remember when going for a walk around the block was easy and pain-free? Future you is ready to feel like that again. Mark Twain Medical Center's orthopedic experts are with you throughout the process, from first consultation to your last physical therapy session, so you can get back to living without joint pain, and future you can wander far and wide. Visit marktwainmedicalcenter.org/orthopedics. Mark Twain Medical Center. Hello, human kindness. You're listening to high school football action on the voice of the Gold Country, KVGC and KVGCradio.com.
All right, we're back at Dan Barnett Field for our Mark Twain Medical Center post-game show. And the final score shows the Mustangs 35, the Bret Harte Bullfrogs 0. Guys, what's going on around the rest of the league? Looks like the Calaveras game is still going on. We have 6:29 left in the fourth quarter at Somerville. It is 49-7, but that game's pretty much over there. And that's what's going on around the league, guys.
Yeah, sorry, Jake. I was a little preoccupied. I think there may be an injury in the stands down here.
Uh-oh.
They're calling people over, too, so unfortunate there. Hopefully the fan is all right. But, hey, we're here to talk about the football game. And offensively, for the Mustangs, put a lot of points up there. Look good on defense. Kind of hard to judge against this Bret Harte team. We've talked about all the adversity that they've dealt with here tonight. But the Mustangs did the job they needed to do and beat the opponent in front of them, Frank.
Well, and that's what it is. You play your schedule, right? Mm-hmm. And so, you know, Argonaut gets their second league win, second win in a row. They move to 3-5 on the year. Mm-hmm. Second win in league, so good for them.
Yeah,
you know they've got their work cut out for them the rest of the way. A couple pretty tough games. I believe they have Calaveras on their schedule next week at Calaveras, and then they have Amador in the big game coming up. But a good win for the Mustangs. You know, they came out and they did what they needed to do. Bret Harte took the opening kickoff. They went 3 and out. Argonaut took over at the 33-yard line and just marched directly down the field. They went on a 67-yard drive, finished off by a 5-yard touchdown run by Joshua Sanders. And at the 7:15 mark, Argonaut led 7-0. Well, the game moved fast, right? Argonaut kicked off.
Yeah, real fast.
And Bret Harte fumbled the kick. So Argonaut gets it back. They drive down, but the drive stalls, and they attempt a field goal that gets blocked. So the end of the first quarter, the Mustangs led 7-0. And then Argonaut had possession in the second quarter, and they started at the 20-yard line, and that was an 80-yard drive, and that was finished off by a 14-yard touchdown by Josiah Saunders to take a 14-0 lead. Well, what happens? Argonaut kicks off. Bret Harte fumbles the kick again, and Argonaut takes over, this time at good field position at their 43-yard line. And let's hear what happens next. Inside handoff to Saunders again. Nice run. He's off to the races. He's going to take it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Argonaut. 39 yards, Josiah Saunders. We're going to make that our Melon Phase BG Lounge call of the game. 39 yards, Josiah Saunders for the touchdown. Well, Saunders breaks it through the right side on a little toss play, and at 7:21 left to go in the half, the Mustangs led 21-0. And Bret Harte just couldn't get anything done.
No.
Then Argonaut gets the ball back, and guess what? Josiah Saunders again, 11 yards this time on a 65-yard drive for the Mustangs, and with 1:05 left, Josiah Saunders had 3 touchdowns in the second quarter, so he had the hat trick in the second quarter, and the Mustangs go up 28-0 at the half. Well, Bret Harte won the toss at the beginning of the game. They took possession, so Argonaut received the opening kick. They got the ball, turned it over on downs. Nice job by the Bret Harte defense. Bret Harte gets the ball back. They turned it over on downs. But you know what? During that time, the whole third quarter was gone. Argonaut gets the ball, and there's only 1 second left in the third quarter. They run one play, and so at the end of the third, it was 28-0.
I can't remember last time we saw a quarter like that where it was pretty much one possession each team.
Very few penalties. Neither team was throwing the ball much, so the clock just continued to run.
Yeah.
So the Mustangs led 28-0 at the end of 3. Well, the possession continued at their first possession of the fourth quarter. Joshua Sanders takes it in for his second touchdown on a 16-yard touchdown run, and that was at the 9:15 mark to take a 35-0 lead. Then we were on a running clock. And that's basically the clock ran out, and that's the way the game finished, 35-0. So, you know, the Mustangs did what they needed to do tonight. They got a win. I'm sure they feel good about it. It's their second league win in a row. So, you know, a little momentum going into some pretty tough games they have to finish it out. We've talked about it a little bit, and we decided that our Bistro 49 player of the game, we're going to pick on the defense tonight, and we're going to give it to number 57, Colton Clark. His number was called a lot. He did a really good job on inside, had a lot of tackles, created a lot of pressure for Bret Harte.
And some nice offensive blocking as well. We
Yeah.
got a chance to see. And, folks, you're going to hear stuff like both Sanders brothers likely went over 100 yards. Joshua, I'm pretty confident. Josiah may have been close. But those guys have won our player of the game before, and we're spreading the love around, folks. And Colton Clark really deserved it tonight. And sometimes you see these players, they may not end up on the stat sheet. He may not have 6 tackles and 3 sacks and this and that, but what he's doing is disrupting the offense when he's on defense. He is making tackles, and he's doing a good job of making those holes for those backs when he was in on offense. And so those guys need the credit.
Absolutely, and we don't want to totally get caught up. You know, offense is sexy. Scoring touchdowns is sexy. Hey, everybody likes, you know, chicks dig the long ball. Isn't that what they used to say? But, you know, there's guys out there in the trenches that are doing a lot of work to get it done and to make these things happen for these backs or whatever. Colton Clark, you're a Bistro 49 player of the game.
Big shout out to Bistro 49 for being the sponsor of our player of the game. They brought us some food last time we were here at Argonaut, so they're good with us, I'll tell you that. One of the best meals you're going to find in this county is at Bistro 49. Also, we want to give a big shout-out to Melon Phase and the BG Lounge. You heard the call of the game. BG's is open late as always. Mel's is open for food. If you guys need to go somewhere after the game tonight, show some love. Just like I talked about Cam filming tonight, support the businesses that support our community. Not many more that do it bigger than Melon Phase and the Gilman family. So keep that in mind when
All
you're
right,
leaving
so
tonight.
look around the league, just talking as we come up to next week. This is really getting juicy. You know, I picked Calaveras to win tonight because I really thought Calaveras was going to beat Sonora based on what I saw when Sonora was here at Argonaut. However, that isn't going to happen. Sonora's going to win. That sets up the big game we're going to be at next week. Sonora comes to Amador. Amador wins that game. We're going to have a 3-way tie in the Mother Lode League. So big ball game next week. Sonora and Amador. I'm really, really excited about that game and looking forward to calling it. And hopefully you're going to be there with us. We'll be filming that as well as running it. So we'll have video as well as radio. And that'll be a big game next week for the Buffs.
Looking forward to it. So go Buffs next week.
All right, guys, the last things we want to round up here is our Calaveras Lumber's Ace Hardware scoring update. So what's going on for the rest of the games around the league. So just the final scores here. Looks like Calaveras finally broke into the score column 28-7 over there in Sonora.
Where are we at, fourth quarter?
We are in the third quarter over there, and we will be going to that game on the radio. So if you're listening on the radio, the Calaveras Sonora game will be played over there. Also, of course, Amador on top of Somerville. That is a final now, 49-7. Somerville finally able to break into the score column late in the fourth quarter. And then final score here, of course, 35-0, guys.
Hey, you're a better looking guy on camera than in person, Jake.
Oh, thank you so much. I do have that face for radio, man. Thank you so much. All right.
Looking good, man.
Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for us here at Dan Barnett Field, guys.
That'll do it. We appreciate you joining us tonight. Hope you enjoyed the program. Jake, JD,
Absolutely.
Jim back at the studio, Cam, thanks again for running the cameras, and we'll look forward to the big game next week. We'll see you. Good
Take
night,
care.
everyone.
Remember when going for a walk around the block was easy and pain-free?